Hey guys, and welcome to module 1 of the 4-week reboot. So today what I'm doing is this is kind of like a little introductory video to really set us up for the next few weeks. And one of the things that I want to definitely say is make sure that you are in and that you are active in the Facebook group. And when I say that, I mean really be active, ask questions. It's a private Facebook group, so anything that you post on there or anything that I post on there, you can only see what's in the group if you're in the group. That's why I made it a private group. So any of your friends and other people's friends cannot see it. So make sure that you're interactive, that you're asking questions, and that you're engaging when you have some time in the Facebook group, because really that's actually even going to be the best way to get in touch with me. Also, in the file section in the Facebook group is where I have posted a lot of your goodies, and I'm going to continually be updating those as we go through this. So right now in there you can have access to your sleep guide, you can have access to your Whole Foods guide, which is basically like it's a 3-month guide. It's pretty much a mini book for you to reference. And there is also posted in there kind of like the schedule for your day that I have posted on there as well for you to use as a reference and for you to follow. Now, a few things. The first thing that I want to start with, and the reason why I want to start with this is because this is so important. It's not only going to affect you in this program, but it's going to really affect every aspect of your life. And it's the conversation that you're having with yourself, because I think a lot of times for a lot of us, we all get stuck in that negative conversation. And it's a negative conversation like what our body looks like. We focus on the negative. Or what's gone wrong in a day. We focus on the negative. Why we can't fix it or why we couldn't fix it, right? So first and foremost, that is not what we're doing here in this program at all. What we're doing is we're changing that conversation. We're changing that conversation to asking ourselves, what are we doing right? What are we doing right? Or what are we already doing right? And we're just not focusing on it. We're just not paying attention to it because we're slipping into the negative habit. So the first exercise that I want you to do is I want you to ask yourself, what's gone right today? What has happened today that has served me in a positive way? And I want you to write that down. You can either do it after this video, or you can do it when you have some more time, maybe at the end of the day. And if you do choose to do it at the end of the day, then pay attention as the day goes on to all of the good things that have happened to you. It's a really, really great way to shift, to really start shifting you out of the negative habits and into a more positive conversation with yourself. That's really going to set you up for success in a lot of different aspects. So now I want to briefly just talk about what we're definitely not going to be doing in these 4 weeks, and what the focus of this course is not on. It's not on deprivation, it's not on starvation, and it's not on overwhelm. And the reason why I say those is because for deprivation in particular, when you start to really deprive yourself of things that you are taking out of your diet, you actually crave them more. And if you completely deprive yourself whatsoever, then a lot of times you'll fall back in at some point and you'll give in to that temptation to satiate that craving. Do we all do that? Yes, absolutely. Even I have. And that's the other thing about this program. This is not a program of you absolutely can't do that. Because the fact of the matter is we're all going to have slip-ups. That's just the way that it happens. But the real thing is just getting yourself back on track, acknowledging that you had the slip-up, getting yourself back on track, and then continuing to move forward, okay? That's part of the best thing about this group too, is all of the support that's involved here as well. Then starvation. You should not be starving in this program. If you feel like you are hungry all the time, or if you feel that you don't feel good because you're not eating enough, then you're probably not eating enough, and you need to revamp. You need to revamp some things. This is not a program where you are going to be starving, okay? And actually, I want to share a little something from you, because part of this program is to obviously reboot the gut-brain axis. As that happens, and how that happens, is I recently just had a private client of mine. She actually said this to me. She said, "I'm not physically hungry, but my brain is hungry." And I said, you know what, that's a brilliant explanation of what happens, because you're not physically hungry, but what is happening is, as you are removing some of the most inflammatory foods out of your diet, you are going to be feeling, your brain, because they are addictive, is going to be sending you signals that you need to eat those foods. So part of my program is giving you swaps, healthy swaps that are really going to help kind of reduce those cravings and help you to feel better. All right. So I just wanted to share that with you, because I actually just got off the phone with her a few minutes ago, because we were touching base, and that's what she said. She was like, "I'm not hungry, but my brain is hungry." And I thought that's a brilliant explanation. So, and then of course there's no overwhelm here. So the only overwhelm that, if you do feel overwhelmed, that you might have in this program is just because of a little bit of fear of, can I do this? Am I going to see some benefits of this at the end of this? And I can tell you that yes, you can do this, and you will see some benefits. And I'm actually going to go back to my private client again and actually tell you one of the benefits, because again, I had her change the conversation, because she was like, I'm feeling this, and I'm feeling this, and I'm feeling this. And I said, okay. I said, so now tell me everything that has gone right since you've begun. And she said, I'm sleeping through the night now. I'm actually sleeping through the night, whereas before she was having a lot of trouble sleeping. So that's a huge hurdle for her. And then she also said, and wildly, I'm having like really vivid dreams, and I'm not really a dreamer. Like I'm not somebody that readily remembers my dreams. So I said, that's all awesome, because those are all hints and clues that your body is resetting that gut-brain axis. So that is success, guys. That is what success looks like when you do decide to really start dropping these super inflammatory foods out of your diet, amongst 1,000 other things. So obviously, like I said, we're not going to be eating gluten, we're not going to be eating dairy, and we're not going to be eating refined fake sugars. What we are going to be focusing more on are good proteins like nuts, and obviously bone broth is really built into this program, and nice grass-fed beef and pastured chicken and those kinds of things. Lots of whole foods, obviously, nice organic whole foods and vegetables, good fats, and I'm talking about avocados and hemp seeds and chia seeds and eggs and those kinds of things. And yes, you can continue to drink your coffee if you are a coffee drinker. So I'm not going to be taking things away from you essentially, but I might be making some modifications and adding some things in. And we will be, like I said, for the sake of the health of our body and to really help reduce the inflammatory response, no gluten, no dairy, and no sugar. So, what I actually want to do now is just quickly tell you that in the Facebook group, you have your Whole Foods guide, which I mentioned at the beginning. So what I want you to do is I want you to go in there, I want you to check that out, look at the resources that are provided in that Whole Foods guide, and then let me know if you've got any questions about that. Talks a lot about gluten, talks a lot about why it's so beneficial for us to take it out of our diets. And what it can really do for us. And like I said, it's got a ton of great resources. So in my next video, what I am going to be doing is I'm actually going to be making a tutorial for you about how to make your own bone broth. I use the Instant Pot, and I'm going to go into that in the next video, as well as to why I use the Instant Pot over the crock pot or over the stovetop method, because there are some very specific reasons, and I'm going to cover those in the next video. And then I'm also going to talk about really nice liquid swaps. And when I say liquid swaps, because there might be some of you out there that maybe, giving up sugar is a tough thing, and maybe you have to give up Cokes or sodas, Diet Cokes, whatever it is that, might be standing in your way. I've got some really good swaps and information for you to put into place to make that happen, because they are so darn addictive and they are so not good for your health. So we definitely want to get all of those nasty sodas out of the way. So that is it for this module. You can find all of the information that we discussed in the Facebook private group. And what I really want you to do is interact with me. I want you to ask me your questions. I want you to tell me your struggles. And then let's work on those together, because I really want to see you succeed with this. I know I did. I know that my private client that I'm working with right now, she has made some awesome gains herself. So this can be done. This absolutely can be done. We want to reconnect that nice gut-brain axis, strengthen that connection, clear that connection, because so much happens to you when you do take that step, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, which is basically the whole ground of this entire program. So I will see you in the next video. And like I said, go check out that Facebook group, and then let's have a talk. Let's have an open discussion. So I look forward to seeing you and hearing from you, and I'll see you later. Bye. Mwah.